leaving the ultimate undetectable tan. No streaks, no smells, no drama. Hi, I hope you're all well. If you are new around here, it is lovely to meet you, and if you are returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name is Alana and I'm a 36-year-old lady living in Scotland, and that is where my accent is from. And if you haven't been here before, on this channel we predominantly talk all things beauty, skincare, hair care, lifestyle, travel-y, bloggery, vloggery bullshit, but with a liberal sprinkling of cynicism, sarcasm, and some might say honesty thrown in on top. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, there's a little subscription button in the corner, give it a little thumbs up, all that other YouTuber crap. Now it is the time of year, I have done this now, this will be the 3rd year running I've done it I think, to review some self-tanners. As you can see, I am peely wally white. That in Scotland means I am as pale as a ghost. If I was any paler, you could probably spit through me, let's face it. So I'm a very pale person, but if I wear my SPF, I do take a decent tan and I go a decent kind of colour, and I think because I've got dark hair, I look like, okay, you've got dark hair and a tan, you look like you're meant to have a tan. As opposed to someone who might be really fair, like I have friends who have red hair and they just can't go in the sun at all. It is a cross to bear for us Scottish people that we are quite fair. Alan, on the other hand, that is my partner, he has dark hair, but he is very sallow skinned regardless. He is actually somebody that, a little bit like my dad actually, just looks at the sun and takes a tan very easily, annoyingly so. So at this time of year, I like to get a little bit of self-tan on. Generally, whenever I've done these videos, I've always kind of done gradual tanners, the ones you use when you get out the shower, just a little bit of moisturiser on the body, off you go. Now this year I picked up 3 products, so that says 6, 3 products to try. So I picked up these products thinking they would be the same, but on further investigation, it would appear that they are not. They are actually instant tanners or overnight tanners, which is a little sneaky, as some of the labels and the names of them seem definitely to be something that would be a gradual tan. Prime example, this right here, and this is what we're going to be reviewing in this video. This is the Tan-Luxe The Gradual. So you would think this is just one of those ones you put on when you come out the shower, the next day you'll do the same, and maybe by the time 3 to 4 days comes you think, oh, I've got a nice little bit of colour. But apparently this one you put on and it develops within 1 to 2 hours. So I am making this video while Jack is at nursery, and I am going to be able to come back to you this evening and show you exactly what has happened. Fingers crossed it's okay. Alright, so I have came and stood back a little bit so you can see what colour I am at the moment. These are my pyjama bottoms, and I was actually at the gym before I came to do this video, so that's why my hair looks like little Mai from the Moomins. So this is the colour of me at the moment. I'm hoping if I go right back, you'll see my legs as well. I'm sorry, I have quite a small bathroom, so I can't really do much about the distance, but I'm hoping you can see a decent kind of idea of the colour of me. If you are new around here, this is my insulin pump and I wear it here. I also have a Guardian 4 sensor on the back of my arm. It swaps, this lasts for 7 days, so sometimes it swaps from arm to arm, and these usually I swap every kind of 2 to 3 days, so it moves about my stomach. Just in case you are new and you haven't seen it before, what I find this is quite a good guide for though, is if I do a tanner and then I take it off, you will see the difference between the colour of my actual skin and the tan. So just to start off, I am going to go and get in the shower. You aren't going to see that bit, you don't want to see that bit. I'm very hairy at the moment, need to deal with that too. So, this is the Soap and Glory Smoothie Scrub. I recently, or the Breakfast Scrub Smoothie Star. I recently spoke about this on an empties video. I am still quite ill, so if you find I'm quite breathless, still because the chesty thing is still going on. But this is a really, really good scrub. It's the one I always use when I'm doing pre-tan stuff, and I love it. As I said, I'm going to try out this Tan-Luxe The Gradual today, and it says it develops in 1 to 2 hours. So we will see. It says you're supposed to just put it on with your hands as you would a moisturiser. Apply to skin in a circular motion from head to toe. Wash hands after use. And it says that it's got a unique lotion and oil hybrid to smooth and condition the skin while delivering a supernatural glow. Colour develops in 1 to 2 hours, leaving the ultimate undetectable tan. No streaks, no smells, no drama. Okay, vegan friendly as well and cruelty free. Now, I'm not going to be able to smell this, and that was one of the big kind of defining factors in other videos. I can get a very faint scent off it, but it's because I've still got a little bit of a sinus issue and my chest, obviously. It smells okay. It smells quite nice, but unfortunately I've got a bit of a blocked nose. It looks more, I'm just squeezing it up there, like a milky liquid. If you haven't seen any of my tan videos, actually, what I'm going to do is just put the playlist up, because then you can go and check them all out. But this one looks like it has a similar like milky fluid to it. This cost me £25 on Look Fantastic. Although I do have a discount code, it will be here somewhere, and basically it will get you, I think, 20% off. It depends. Sometimes it depends on what the brand is, on how much discount you get, but I did get discount on this. And it is an affiliate code, just so you know. Any more information will be down in the description box if you need it. But I am not affiliated with Tan-Luxe or The Gradual Tanner at all. This is not an advert. I have just bought this with my own money to try this today. So I'm gonna go get in the shower. Also, hair is mental and definitely needs a wash. Okay, so here are my first impressions. Look at me, I'm like a wee floating egg with this big house coat on. So what I would say is this definitely has that looser feeling. It's like a body milk rather than a cream or a whip or a lotion or anything like that. It's definitely looser than a lot of other stuff that I've tried. Even the Dove one and the Garnier one that I tried a couple of years ago, they were still body lotions, but this is like runny, like it pours the way cream would pour. That's probably the best way I would say it, which meant I think I've used to about here on the bottle, looking at it in the light there. I think there's about this much out of it. So I feel like you might use quite a lot of this, but in saying that, maybe I'm going to get a hell of a shock when this comes up much darker than I expected. I just felt like as if it wasn't spreading enough, so I had to kind of do it in sections. I always do it in sections anyway. I like start with my arms, then my torso, over my shoulders, blah, 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 work my way down my body to my toes. But I did feel like I was kind of like, right, arm section, like bottom arm section, top arm section, one breast, two breasts, like too much information. But usually I would just be able to like squeeze something in my hand and be like, I felt like this being a little looser and being such a thinner liquid, I needed to kind of use a little bit more of it. So it's to about here the now, and that's one use. I don't think that's terrible, to be honest with you. It's like this much has been taken out of it. And as I say, maybe in the next 2 hours, I'll be in shock that I'm really, really dark. What I will also say is there is a scent to it. When I started actually using it on my body, I could smell it a little bit better. I would say it's a little bit of a kind of fruity scent. Like sweet but fruity, not like super duper coconuts in summertime, nothing like that. It's subtle, but there's definitely something a little fruity in it, and I quite liked it actually. But so far, very easy to use. We'll see how it comes out, but very, very easy to use. I really like the scent. I will see if it's going to get that fake tan smell. So far, every single product that I've tried, even though it says no fake tan smell, when you first apply them now, they don't have that fake tan smell because all the brands claim that. But what I was finding was that after kind of the development time, then you would start to smell that smell. But as long as you went and had a shower, like the next day or something, it would dissipate and the colour would stay. That's what I found with the majority of self-tan products. They claim this no fake tan smell, but see, once it actually starts to develop, the digestive biscuit smell, it's definitely there. So we will see how this goes as well. The other thing I would say is I've came out of the shower and I've put this on straight away, and then I didn't have to wait to put this on. It wasn't like I was standing waiting on it drying or anything. Maybe that's because I was so like, I have to do this section. By the time I got to my toes, these areas had dried. I don't feel sticky. I'm putting my legs together and stuff to feel like if there is anything. There's a little tack, a little bit. I do feel like there's a little something on my skin, but not in any bad way. It just feels as if I put a moisturiser or something on. So first impressions so far, easy to use. I like the scent. Don't feel like I've got a residue left on my body. I don't see any shimmer at the moment. Needed to use a little more than I thought, but we will see how we get on with that. And I will come back to you later on this afternoon or this evening and we will see what colour I am, okay? Hi, so it is 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. I know I said I would come in and check in with you on Thursday evening because the Gradual Tanner, the Tan-Luxe Gradual Tanner, said that it took 1 to 2 hours to develop. But the reason I never came back to you to tell you that was because honestly, after 1 to 2 hours and by the time I got Jack home from the hospital and stuff, I was a little bit like, I don't really look a different colour. So I was kind of like, okay, I don't really think this has done that much. So what I will say is that the Gradual is probably more of one of these ones that you build up over a few days. Even though it suggests that the colour develops in 1 to 2 hours, it is not like the Saint-Tropez instant tan that you put it on for an hour and then you go really dark, deep tan. That is not the situation. By the way, if you think I'm slightly whispering in this one, I'm really sorry. My son is sleeping through this wall. It is nap time for him. So I'm trying to be kind of quiet about this video. But I am hoping also that you will see, I have now put on 2 rounds of this. I put a round on Thursday and one yesterday morning before I went to work. I also found that even though I was doing it before work, it was still quite easy to apply. I think I was a little bit less kind of, oh, I've got to do this part and then this part when I was going to work, because you know, we have to get out the door and go to work, and I get up at 5:30 in the morning, so I was just like, just slip this on. But what I done was use a little bit more and spread it out a little bit more evenly. I don't know if that helps, but in saying that, we're now down to here on the bottle. So this has been 2 applications and we're about here. But what I will say is now on Saturday morning, I definitely see a difference, definitely. I feel like as well on my hands, like on the areas where sometimes you might get little marks and stuff, I'm hoping you'll see this. You might see a little bit of kind of, not streaking, it's not streaking to be honest with you, but I feel like it's quite apparent on my hands where I've got it, but it's not streaky. I'm going to show you my wrist as well. Here, can we see that here? That's kind of what I'm talking about. But I also think like you can definitely tell. And the main one I'm going to show you is my sensor, because I had to change my sensor yesterday evening. So that meant the old one had to come off. So you can clearly see here where I've had my dressing on, where the tan has been. So that is my natural colour and this is the tan colour. I'm going to just come back so you can see my torso and my legs hopefully there as well. These are my, I don't have a bra on, so we won't be going any higher than that. Hope you can see there as well. I will come back to you tomorrow because I'm going to get in the shower now and I'm going to put on another layer of this. Now I am a little dubious because at the moment for me I think I'm a decent colour. I think once I've put on the 3rd round, I'm going to look like tan, super tan. But I want to try it because I said I would put on like 3 days worth of application, and at the moment I'm okay with the development of it. It's alright. I think a 3rd round for me might be a little much, but that means I'll know for future, okay? And I thought, well, we're testing it out. Why not tell you how it goes? So at the moment, I don't feel like there's any gathering in areas like this, on my knees, anything like that. It's all looking very good. Round about my toes and my ankles and things, also looking very good. No streaks, which is quite nice. I feel like I might have missed a section here slightly. That's my user error probably. A little bit like I've been too liberal in some areas and not in others, but again, that might be my application error yesterday, being in a bit more of a rush. But overall, I think it leaves quite a nice colour. And again, because I do have dark features like dark hair, eyebrows, stuff like that, I can probably get away with going a little bit darker. Whereas if you were someone who was lighter and maybe like fair, like blonde hair, red hair, stuff like that, you might think like 2 layers is enough. Maybe you think 1 layer was enough, I don't know. But yesterday, I genuinely, after the 2 hours or whatever, and even yesterday morning when I got off for work, I was like, I don't really see much difference. So that's why I put another layer on. And I thought, well, this clearly is a gradual rather than an instant. The only other thing I would say is, so when I put this on the Thursday, I didn't smell any fake tan smell. Even throughout the day as it dried and stuff, how I said before, usually around that kind of 8-hour mark, you start to feel a little bit like, oh, I smell like biscuits. I didn't really smell that, and I know my nose was a bit blocked. Yesterday at work, throughout the day, I was like, I smell that fake tan smell, a little bit biscuity. It wasn't awful, it wasn't bad. And I feel like, even now, and I've not had a shower, I don't feel like as if I'm super biscuity. And once I've had my shower, I feel like it'll be gone completely. So if you're someone who's totally adverse to that, then just to know, this ain't too bad. Hello, back for check-in number 3. So I've brought you into my bedroom today. 2 reasons for that. Jack is having a nap again in his room, and yesterday I was on tenterhooks talking because I was like, see if I wake this child up. Anyway, so back to day 3. I have done 3 coats of this now. 3 coats or 4? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 3 coats of this. It's Sunday today. And what I'm going to say at this stage is, I actually was putting this on yesterday thinking, I'm going to regret this. This is going to go horribly wrong. But I have to say, I am very, very pleasantly surprised with the outcome. I feel like actually some of the bits that maybe I had slightly missed the day before are now a little bit more even, and a really good like factor of that to be able to show you, or example of that to be able to show you, that's a better way to say it, is the bit here that I showed you yesterday. So you can see where I would wear my dress, and it is slightly still lighter, but with another coat on, it is nowhere near as noticeable as it was yesterday. So this gives you an idea of what one coat looks like and what 3 coats look like. And I have to say, I am pleasantly surprised. I'm just going to walk back. I have more room in my bedroom to walk back as well. So I'm just going to walk back so you can see the colour of me. I think this is good. I think this is a good colour for me. I'm still pale. I'm always going to be pale. But I'm definitely more bronzed. I definitely look like I have colour about me now, and I think this has left a really nice finish on the skin. As I said, no obvious like areas that have became patchy or gathered or anything like that. Places like in here, sometimes I find get a bit gathered. That's also the place that I find sometimes because maybe you sweat or you wear a bra or what have you, you get a little bit like, it starts to come away there when you're exfoliating. That's the bits that get a bit patchy to start with. We're obviously only 3 applications in. I'm sure it will wear that way as it comes off again. But I think on the whole, that I really like the finish of it. Wait and I'll show you what the bottle is after 3 applications. And there we go, I think you can see there. So that is 3 applications, full body worth. And that's where I've got to with this colour of tan. And I have to say, actually, pretty impressive. This is definitely one that I would use if I thought I had a wedding to go to or whatever. But also one I'd be quite happy to use just on the daily. If I kept going with it, what would happen? Because this is the thing, see these daily tanners, these gradual tanners, it's good to say like, oh, use them every day and just keep your tan topped up. But honestly, I think whatever tanner you're using, it is going to start to gather in places, it's going to start to look a little patchy. So I'm someone who likes to get to the colour I want to be and then let it wear off and start reapplying it again. I know that's a pain for some people. I used to know people that would do a whole exfoliation on like a Sunday night or a Friday night. They used to call it fake tan Fridays, I remember in my work. And they would do like a whole like scrub on Friday, reapply everything again, and then that would do them for the next week. I couldn't be arsed with that, I'm going to be honest with you. I have too much of a busy schedule, I have too much other things to do in my time to be doing that every Friday. So that is why I prefer the kind of gradual ones I can use every day. And I have to say, I am pretty impressed with this one. It's £25, as I say, discount at the moment on Look Fantastic. I don't know when this video goes out if it'll still be £20. But 25 quid, it is expensive, but I have to say, I really, really like the finish of it. And if you're looking for a self tanner that gives you a gradual look, but also nice even coverage, it just looks like a nice natural looking bronzed glow, then I'm going to tell you this does give that. But it is 25 quid. This is definitely more of a buildable one. I mean, like I said, the first day I used this, it said develops in 1 to 2 hours, and I was like, nothing's happened, absolutely nothing's happened. But then the second day I was like, oh, okay, hello. And then by the 3rd application, I'm like, yes, this is a colour that I can absolutely get on board with for the summer. I think this is just a little bit more subtle, a little bit more gentle. So if that's what you're looking for, then you might want to pay the extra pennies for it. The option is completely up to you. I hope this has been useful to you. I've thought this is really nice. I'm really glad I've picked it up. Will I buy it again? Potentially. If I seen it on an offer, then I think I would purchase it again, because I think it's a very, very nice gradual tanner. Very, very nice. But am I going to be paying £25 a bottle every single time that I want to use a tanner? Like, let's say I use this every day over the summer. Am I going to pick one up again in September to be like, okay, I'm going to keep going with that? No, no. I am someone who just uses tanners in the summer, to be honest with you, to either top up a tan if I've been on holiday or to start me off in the summer, because I am very, very pale. So for me, the £25 might be just that £125 in the year. For me, I think this is fine. I would be happy to purchase it at £25 or if it was on offer. But if you were someone who religiously uses a tanner, like every day, you use it weekly at least, you use it a couple of times a week, and you're going through bottles every month, then yeah, this is going to be a pricey product, and maybe look at something like the Dove Derma Spa instead. So that's where I'm going to leave this video. The next one will be, let's try the skinny tan next. Again, one that said it was a gradual, and then when I read the back of it, it said it developed in so many hours. So we will see. I'll see you all again in the next one. Bye.